Hi, this is Rong Fu, and you are listening to the SyFy Sistas.
Hey everybody, welcome to the SyFy Sistas podcast. I bet you didn't expect this voice. Well, it's me, Yvette Blackman-Tom, and I'm here with Fran. What's up, Fran?
What's up? What's happening?
There you go. There you go. What's happening is we have a great guest here with us. Just Fran and Yvette. Can you believe that shit? They left us alone. Can you believe
Yes,
it?
they did.
Yes, they did. So we have the wonderful, and I mean wonderful, Rong Fu with us today. Excuse me. You know her from Star Trek, The Next Generation. No, it is not The Next Generation. It is Strange New World. See, I told you I wasn't supposed to be doing this. From Strange New World. You're doing
great.
Thank you. Lieutenant Jenna Mitchell, who we absolutely adore.
Love.
The Enterprise's navigator slash helmsman ops officer. I don't even know what that really is. Everybody's got a different spot there. So we're so happy to have you here. Welcome, Ron.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
It's great. It was wonderful. I was so happy when you said yes. I was like, I'm going to shoot my shot and see. I've been asking Paramount for you for quite some time.
Oh, I had no idea.
That's usually the answer people get. I'm always like, you know what? I'm just going to try, and it actually worked out. So we're so happy you're here. Rong is a voice actor, a wonderful voice actor, and also a writer that we will talk about later. But I think Fran wants to ask you a few questions first.
It's great to see you. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, thanks. It's my pleasure.
You're welcome. I just, like when you come on the screen, it's just you. I mean, we pay attention to you.
Mm-hmm.
You have a presence on there, this quiet, dignified, authoritative presence. On the bridge, you do. You're not all flashy and everything, but we know that you're there and that you know what you're doing.
Oh, thank you. That means so much to me.
And you're welcome. And it's so great because, when Trek, first started out, it was the bridge was full of men. And, I mean, if you go all the way back to the pilot or menagerie, whichever one you want to go to, they just had, they were like secretaries. You had number one, but of course, when they put the show on, they got rid of number one as a woman because the network said, oh, people wouldn't believe this and that. And now Pike has a bridge full of women.
I know. Diverse women.
Yes. Even better.
And smart, It's like, oh, look at him. Okay.
I know. There's been huge developments. I mean, I still remember in that pilot, Pike saying to number one, I'm not used to having women on the bridge.
And we all went, what?
Yeah.
It's number one, okay. Right. And she kind of like, oh, okay, I'm left back again. So. And then they just left her and made her another character altogether with less authority.
Now, did you
a nurturer?
Do you have a Trek background? Did you watch Trek when you were younger, or?
I didn't watch Trek when I was younger. I guess my first introduction to it was the movies with Chris Pine. And that kind of sparked my interest in the franchise. And then, of course, when Discovery started shooting in Toronto, that was like a huge deal. I was so excited. I remember like texting my agent as soon as I saw the news, like, please, I'll do anything. I'll sit in an alien costume. I'll pop up in the background. I don't care, anything.
That's awesome. I heard that on another podcast that you talked about that. And I was like, I wanted to know. I said, that's why I wanted to know, were you a fan or just because it was there and you knew it was it was filming in where you live?
I was definitely starting to become a fan of Star Trek. And I think a lot of the excitement is the fact that, that it's such an incredible franchise. And the stories, I started watching TOS around the same time and just watching how timely the stories are and how how it speaks to so many different themes about our shared humanity. And, it was a world that I was very excited about and I really wanted to be a part of.
Yeah. Okay. I love that.
You saw yourself in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fran is our OG. She's been watching Star Trek since it came on.
Yeah.
And
1966 from the beginning.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's I always like asking people where did you start? What started you on it? And a lot of the fans that we have, our listeners, a lot of the younger fans all started from the 2009 movie. We find that right now is probably the biggest. That's probably where most of the fans, the young fans now, have come from. So it's good to see it's still coming from there. I love Trek. I don't care what it is, as long as there's more Trek. I might not like everything, but I'm going to support everything because we believe in, just like you said, we believe in the moral ideas that it puts forth. So Trek is Trek. We love it. We love it. Keep trekking. That's right. Like Fran talked about earlier, Trek fans notice everything. And the one thing we do notice is you right away. Your character, there's this calm authority that even without lines, we notice, because like you said, there's nothing but women on the bridge. So of course, Trekkies are looking like, who's this? Who's that?
Yeah.
We want to know who everybody is. And even though you're not, I don't even want to say you're not part of the main cast, you are part of it. You've been there since day one, And
and no.
And we're always looking for you. Was no Mitchell today? What's going on with that?
She in the lounge or something?
Right.
Yeah, where is she? She's just she's chilling. She's not working.
She's making Rock the Gino with Spock.
Yeah.
Was the way we see you, is that intentional for you, or do the writers kind of give you that push? Especially if they know that, you are a fan favorite. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, that means so much to me. Actually, I think one of my insecurities is do people even know I'm here?
Oh,
what? Wait till when our listeners find out that you're on our show, they are going to lose their goddamn mind.
Oh, that's so kind. That's so kind. I mean, I don't know. I'm very grateful to have been kept around on the bridge and to kind of take part in missions. I just like most fans, I have just as many questions about Mitchell as most of you do. I think I try to bring as much as I can to life when we're shooting, and a lot of it is just trying to fill in the gaps, kind of. I think that's kind of the work as an actor, especially even when you don't have dialogue, is to try and stay in the action and to maintain a perspective and to constantly ask myself, what would Mitchell do in this situation? How does Mitchell feel about what's happening around her? And to try and, quietly in my own way, without any dialogue sometimes, bring as much to that to surface as I can. And every time I get a shot at it, I just hope I'm successful a little bit. And that, when we do see her, that, things are happening, kind of, behind the eyes, so to speak, that, it's someone's home in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. Go ahead, Frank.
I did some kind of getting off. It's always come back to Trek, but this next question is kind of getting off of Trek. We did some research, and we saw that you immigrated. Your family immigrated from China to Canada when you were 8. And my question about that, was that a culture shock for you at 8, or was it kind of just smooth sailing?
Oh, it was a huge culture shock.
I can imagine.
Huge. I came to Canada and I only knew 3 words. I knew hello, I knew Apple, and I knew Jeep, because they were playing a lot of Jeep ads in China at the time.
You mean Jeep, like the
car?
Like the car, Jeep.
Yeah, okay. I was like, that's an English word. I know another word. It was a huge culture shock. I think at the time, my parents decided to immigrate with the hopes that we would have a better future and a better achieve a better standard of living. And, so when I found out that my parents planned to immigrate, and it was very competitive at that time in '98 to leave China. You had to be, you have to have be highly educated, and you have to have a certain level of English proficiency in order to immigrate. And so my father, he was a university student, and he had really good English proficiency, and so that kind of was one of the things that helped qualify us to immigrate. And yeah, like at the time I remember kind of thinking and dreaming like, oh, like my life is going to be a Disney movie. I'm going to be, living in a big house with a white picket fence. I'm going to get picked up in a big yellow school bus. And we came to Toronto and we moved into a 1-bedroom apartment. Not so much the American Canadian dream that I dreamt of, but it was a very formative time in my experience. And it was, even though, we didn't, attain the living standards that I think my parents dreamt about when we set off on this journey, it was still I'm immensely grateful that they took that leap. And I'm immensely grateful to have grown up in Toronto in a very diverse neighborhood with students and classmates that are all immigrants. We all came from different backgrounds, and we all became friends, it was, but truly, even though it was a low socioeconomic neighborhood, it was a really vibrant one, and one that I'm very grateful for.
Yeah. I mean, that's where you get your, I don't know, that's where you get your culture. That's where you get your, that's where you get your chops, your swag, your vibe. I mean,
exactly.
It's like Queens.
Yeah.
It's like Queens. Toronto's always been like Queens to me. But I mean, you take that with you. Like when we were talking about you on the bridge, I feel that vibe from you, or I see it. I don't know. The vibe is there because sometimes when you look at Ortegas, Melissa, you look over there, y'all both got that like, what? It's the vibe is there. I knew right away. I was like, oh, she must be from Toronto, because I knew most of the actors there are from Canada. So the vibe is there. That Toronto, like that swag of being okay with other cultures, feeling grounded in diversity, knowing who you are, but okay with other people. You can, I don't know. I don't know if I saw it or felt it, but I think that's kind of what people see when they see you on that bridge. You that it seems real. I guess that's what it is.
That's very real.
Yeah, very real, very real. I want to stay there. I love you for another reason. I have 3 girls, and then my children are half Chinese. And so, when there is someone of Asian background on Star Trek, that makes me feel great too, because then my girls have someone else to look up to. So they love you. So always know that also, that you are inspiring, just like every other person that's been on Star Trek, you are inspiring little boys and girls that they will be in the future, so always take that back with you. Because there are little girls. I mean, my children aren't little, but they're still young women. And this is newer Trek to them. So it's more of their Trek. So you being there is a big deal. It's a really big deal for them. So I just wanted you to really know that. Yeah. I mean, how do you process things like that? I mean, being a role model.
That's tough. I think, it's a huge responsibility for sure. And I don't really take it lightly. I'm the oldest in my family, so I've always kind of had that role, be a role model to your cousins.
Yeah. Okay.
I think, and obviously as like as a Chinese Canadian, not American, as a Chinese Canadian artist, I think growing up when there was trying to become an artist at a time when there was there was more of a struggle for diversity. I feel like it's the gravity of representation has always been in my psyche as an artist, and I think for many artists that are
Sure.
BIPOC, that feel this weight of representation. I think the way that I kind of look at it is really with just a tremendous amount of optimism. I know that there's always more work to do. And I remember, and I still hold true to this, my dream is truly to one day attain a level of equity and diversity in our screens, in our stories, in our media, in our lives overall, where we don't need to discuss it anymore.
Right.
Where, it's there. Like, none of us have to bear the weight of having to represent our people, whether that's of our gender or of our ethnicity or of our sexual orientation, that we can all just be free from that burden.
Just be humans. Just be humans. Just be humans. That's it.
Yeah. And to inspire each other, and to also, not limit ourselves and our connection to those of us that only look like ourselves or only identify the same way that we do, Like, I hope that, I find a tremendous amount of inspiration from people that are not just exactly like me, that are not just Asian artists, and I feel like, I just want to live in that future. And then it's kind of the future that Star Trek kind of paints, where different species and humanity can kind of come together and, under the umbrella of Starfleet, work together towards a greater good and towards discovery and that kind of optimism.
Sure.
And so, like, I'm so touched that, that there are young women like your daughters that feel some kind of a connection when they see me on screen. And I, in turn, feel that with many of other brilliant people that I see on screen. And that means a lot. And, we're not quite there yet in that place that I want us to go, but I'm really optimistic that we're going to get there soon, because I've seen the progress over the course of my career, and, where things are now, even though we are living in a very challenging time. I think I still have a lot of hope and optimism that, we as a humanity, we as people will get our shit together and we'll figure this out.
Yeah, we got to get it together soon, because the Vulcans are coming, and they're not going to stop by if we're still like this.
Yeah.
I think they flew past. I think they flew past. They said, no, we don't want to talk to him.
No.
Yeah. They're not ready for first contact.
They said, no.
They're like, that's a ghetto ass place over there. No way.
Please go right. Turn right. Go there.
Just keep going. Just keep going.
Just keep going. But the representation, which I am, I will be 71 years old next month. And I imagine being an 11-year-old girl in the South in 1966. And I look up and I see Miss Nichols on the screen, and she's not in a subservient role. I'm 11, and I noticed that people were listening to her.
Yes.
I didn't know I didn't connect that she was a communications officer. I just noticed that they were listening to her, and she was over there with all them. And people asked me, when they said, how did you become a Trekker? You don't look like a Trekkie. I'm like, well, no, I don't live in my mom's basement and blah, blah, blah. However, then I tell them the story of 1966 and me living in the South. I was born and raised in the South, and looking up and seeing this lady, this articulate, beautiful woman, and all the guys are listening to her. My mouth fell open and I was hooked from then. And imagine what she was going through at that point in her life. Like you say, being like a role model for a whole, so many little girls that looked up and
little boys,
and boys, and looked up and saw themselves. And we could always see her, even if she was only pushing buttons in the background. She was always there, because when I looked at Star Trek, I didn't look at it I looked at it and I centered her. She was my center whenever I saw that. Now, I got hooked, and that was it, So thank you for the representation.
there's that optimism though,
Yeah.
that optimism from that point to you, and now you're going to have optimism. Hopefully it'll keep going. I pray that it does. I pray
it
that it
has
does.
to. It has to.
Yeah, because I mean, you're on that screen, and I think when we were talking, I think the way people see you is that, well, I guess because of Star Trek, you're not an Asian. You're not an Asian actor. You're not playing an Asian officer.
Asian part.
You're playing a Starfleet officer, and nobody's talking about it. And that's what you were saying earlier about, nobody cares. Just do your job, and that's exactly what we want for this future. So yeah, we want you to always know that we see you. We see what you're doing, and just know that people really appreciate it. You don't have to take the burden of, representing and feeling like you got to wait on, because that's a weight. But just know that you're doing a good job, just being you, and
because you do come through.
Yeah, you do.
You come through.
Yeah. And you don't have to ask that question. Does anybody know who you are? They know who you are. They know who you are. I know our people do. Like, we love when you were in the Elysian Kingdom. I think that's what.
Oh yeah, the Elysian Kingdom. Yeah.
My middle daughter was like, "Oh yeah, there's Mitchell."
Oh.
She doesn't even watch. She only watches Lower Decks, but she knows. She was like, "Oh, is Mitchell in this one?" Aww. So yeah, we love that. Like, because you're like a swashbuckler and everything. We love that.
Yeah, that was a really fun episode.
That's one of my favorites. I actually love it.
You guys look like you were having fun.
A lot of fun, yeah. I want to.
Back, you write, you narrate.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite among those? Is
acting.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Acting. It's the most fun. It's the I mean, it was my first love, and it's the most fun. It's where you get to play the most. Narration is also fun in a different way, in a almost athletic way, because because you're kind of just in the booth and you're narrating for 3 to 5 hours, and it takes an incredible amount of concentration, and it's kind of it's a race against yourself in a way.
Oh wow!
I mean, you're not by yourself. You're there with the director and people and the producers, but it's a little bit it's rigorous in a different way. Whereas it's just fun to be an actor because you get to play with other actors. You get to play with the directors, and you can play with, on stage. You can play with the space, and on camera you can play within the frame. And writing is again kind of like a more like narration, a little bit more of a solitary activity. It's incredibly hard to I find it very hard to motivate myself to write these days. So it's a bit challenging in that way. But yeah, I think acting, if I could act full time, I think I could. Yeah, that's what I would do. Yeah.
Play. I love the play. Play is my favorite.
Yeah, I love theater. Actually, when I narrated.
Did you start there?
I did, yeah.
Oh, of course. They all do.
Sometimes not.
Well, Star Trek, it seems that way.
Yeah. Many of us start from the theater. Actually, when I was narrating the sequel to Iron Widow, Heavenly Tyrant, I was actually, and I will never do this again, but I was doing a play at the same time. So I would go into the publishing studios, and I would narrate for 3 to 5 hours a day, and then in the evening go and do shows. And it was a 500-page book.
Yeah, it was.
So it took much longer than the first one. And on top of which to also kind of, then do a show in the evenings. It was, I was a fool into thinking that I could do both. But I did it, and it was a struggle.
Wow. Yeah. As long as now you know. Now you know you can do them both.
I could do them both, but will I ever again? No, is the answer.
Well, live and learn. That's for sure.
I've learned.
That's right. Oh my gosh. So, going to the theater, how old were you when you started? Did you start your first like your first job, or maybe in school, was the theater your thing?
It was in school. It
In
was
school.
I was in middle school.
Okay.
And one of our teachers, his name was Dave Brown. And sorry, I was just like,
No
there's another story why I hesitated. He was an actor,
Okay.
and he ran a drama club after school, one of our after school extracurriculars. And it was through that I discovered drama as a kid and fell in love with it. And we worked on monologues, we played games. I was like, this is so much fun. And the story with David Brown is 19 years later, I was on a job in Winnipeg shooting a series called SkyMed. And there's another actor on there, and on the call sheet, his name was Cliff Montgomery.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Really? His name was Cliff Montgomery?
His name was Cliff Montgomery. And I was like, well, that's interesting. And I see this gentleman that I'm in the green room with. He's introducing himself as Dave to the crew. And I was like, well, that's weird. There's no Dave working today. Who's Dave? And it was also during pandemic, so we were still wearing masks.
Okay.
We were rehearsing our first scene. We had our masks off. I turned to him and I was like, Dave Brown? It was my middle school drama teacher.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
19 years later, we got to shoot a scene together in Winnipeg, of all places, which is what I found out. He later moved there, but he later filled me in what he was doing at the time, which was, he was teaching at our middle school, and he would go to auditions during lunch breaks and after school, and summers were a busy time for filming, so he would pick up projects during the summer, and he balanced all of this while teaching full time and running a drama club. And truly, without his efforts and his passion, I don't know when or if I would ever discover drama and fall in love with it and ultimately pursue it. He was instrumental in setting me on the path, because in middle school, when I decided to audition for an arts high schoul, he helped me with my audition monologues.
Wow.
He took time after school to coach me for half an hour and help me get prepared, to try and get into an arts high school. And I did. And it's all thanks to him. Yeah.
Thank goodness for teachers, man.
Thank goodness and good public education.
Yes.
Really.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's awesome. I didn't realize it was that you were that young when you decided. How did your parents take that? Did they enjoy you wanting to be a actor, or did they have other aspirations for you?
Oh, well, I mean, they definitely had other aspirations.
They all do, don't they?
They always do. I'm very sorry to my mom that I never became a dentist. But my parents were, in a way, they were very supportive.
Awesome.
They never told me that I couldn't do it. And they were very happy when I got into an arts high school, because they knew that it was a really good program and it was in a better school. And they knew that I would be getting a better education there. At the time, my mom thought, this will make her more confident as a kid, because I often got, feedback on my report cards, like, Rong doesn't talk enough. She's too shy. And so she thought this would be good, character development, confidence building. Yeah. And then by grade 11, when I was pretty sure that this is what I wanted to pursue, and I wanted to pursue theater school after graduation, it took some convincing, but not too much. I remember writing my parents a letter, kind of explaining to them why I want to pursue acting. And, they drove me to all of my auditions that year, not that year, the year after, to audition for different theater programs around Canada. Actually, the first place I auditioned for was Juilliard. So I remember in January, we all flew down.
January in New York.
We flew down, and I auditioned for Juilliard. And when I didn't get a call back, my parents were there to console me, and it
worked out.
It worked out. I was very grateful for them, like very unlike, I guess, kind of the typical story you hear about of especially Asian parents.
I think all parents.
We're all parents,
yeah,
really.
Because I always ask that question to everyone because, I have children that are, that have diverse interests. And, I remember, wanting them to do certain things when I was a younger parent, but then realizing, all right, this is what they love. And just like your parents, driving them to wherever they had to go. And those days, those are the days they talk about.
Yeah.
Those are the days they remember, like us being in the car, driving wherever to go to a basketball game or, some kind of science fair or, something, So that's why I always ask that question because it's such when it comes to parents and children, that's where that, especially when they're older, it's such a great bond that you'll never forget. My children talk about those days all the time.
Yeah.
So, those are such precious moments. So
they are, yeah. Yeah. And I wish I could go back in time and tell myself to appreciate it more.
Yeah. But just let them know now, if you can. So Go ahead, Fran.
I remember telling my son, this may seem like a little teeny thing. However, I worked for a phone company way back in the late 70s and early 80s, and it was all computer stuff coming down the pipe because I worked on a computer, actually worked on a computer all day, typing up orders and stuff. And one of the things I told them, I said, well, you do what you want to do, but what you need to do is learn about computers because that is the wave of the future.
Yeah.
You can learn about computers. And he was so grateful for that because, you didn't know unless you were in the business world that computers were coming. I said, oh, this is going to be big.
Yeah.
Computers in there, David, okay? Okay, Mom, okay. Well, do what you want to do, but make sure a computer is involved, okay? Okay, Mom.
Yeah.
But he did it. So he's great.
Yeah. Mom's always right.
Yes. Say it louder for the people in the back. So, I wanted to keep going with your voice acting. I wanted to bring this up because Iron Widow is amazing. Just how did you get into voice acting, first of all? How did you know you had that voice?
I didn't. It came through as an audition, and so I thought, why not? I think it may be the first audiobook that I've ever auditioned for.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, yeah, sure, why not? I'll give this a try. And I remember it taking so long to try and get it because I've never done narration before. Right. And I've never done that kind of work before. So I remember kind of just trying to, I think they gave me like 3 or 4 pages to read. And I remember, there were a lot of different kinds of pronunciations for kind of like these like Chinese Asian based names and trying to get that right. And I remember trying to, you want to have like a nice clean pass, but then I remember kind of going back and forth over and over again. I'm like, oh, there's a hiccup there. Okay, I want to go back and re-record it. Oh, I don't like the way that sounds. Oh, I'm going to go back and re-record it. It took so long. Yeah. And when I finally submitted the tape, I thought, I can't do this. I this is going to take forever. And so surprisingly, I got it. And then I thought, oh my God, now I have to learn how to narrate an audiobook. And I had no idea what that process was like. And it was a huge learning curve. It was a huge learning curve to kind of like dive in. And especially on a book like Iron Widow, that's so, it's science fiction, first of all. Yeah. I don't understand how anyone can listen to science fiction in an audiobook format. I need to read the words to understand it. But, and at the time I just remember thinking like, who even listens to audiobooks? Because in my experience, my reference to audiobooks would be like the ones that were like ESL cassette tapes from the library. I was like,
yeah, I get it.
I was ESL and I never listened to audiobooks. Who listens to audiobooks? And then lo and behold, I learned that many people listen to audiobooks.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I'm grateful that you are into this because I've seen the reviews for this and they always talk about your accent choices, how powerful they are. You make this that you were talking about, you just learned it was hard, but it's flawless. It is flawless. I hope everyone I'm going to have the link to the two audiobooks. The two this Iron Widow and the second what was the
Heavenly
second?
Tyrant.
Heavenly Tyrant.
Yeah.
This book is it's a Chinese mythology and Chinese history. It's mecha science fiction and it's also feminism in it. There's so much, but your accent choices are, because you're the only one. Are you the only one doing this whole book, aren't you?
I'm the only one, yeah.
Right. So you have all of these. You got to listen to it. I'm telling you. You should see my face. I'm like bursting here.
There are a lot of voices.
Excited, guys. She's excited.
Oh my God. Thank God for our director, Caleb Stoll. Like, he would clip all of the pieces. Every time I make a character choice, he would clip that.
Wow.
That narration. And truthfully, it's so fast. Like, we don't have time to sit down and discuss which voices we're going to use and how we want to approach it. Just kind of have to keep going. And anyway, he would clip the different sound bites whenever there's a new character. And then so sometimes if that character comes back, we will listen to it and be like, okay, how did I do that character? Okay, that's the voice. And so that's kind of one of the ways that we kept consistent. Actually, for Heavenly Tyrant, there is another narrator for the prologue and epilogue. It's my very good friend, Derek Kwan. He's a wonderful actor. But because the prologue and epilogue are from the perspective of the other main character in Heavenly Tyrant, who is the Emperor character. They wanted to kind of break it apart. And so he did the epilogue and prologue. And so that was an interesting challenge because I kind of established his voice in a different way in the first book. In the first book, I thought he was a teenager because that's all the information we had.
What information you got? Okay.
He was like a 16-year-old. And then in Heavenly Tyrant, we're like, oh no, he's a man. He's an 28-year-old man.
28. Well, he grew up. It was some years later.
He grew up. And and then because he's from an ancient times, we attributed to him a slightly kind of British dialect, but specifically a little bit more of that amalgamation of, it's not pure British RP. It's close to it. But it's a better reference for it, for me at least, would be more like certain voices of highly educated, wealthy people from like Hong Kong or Singapore or Asia, where they have a British what is it? A kind of British base to their accent, but it's not fully. But they don't sound like they're from Bridgerton either.
Okay, I got it. Like Crazy Rich Asians?
Like Crazy Rich Asians, like kind of like how Henry Golding and his family kind of sounds, and Michelle Yeoh.
Yes.
It's very elevated. It's upper British, but it's not quite RP. It's not quite, they don't sound like they live in Bridgerton either. So that was kind of a weird kind of middle place to kind of like find it, because I felt like if we went full British, then it doesn't sound like it's part of the world.
Okay.
Like I still want
it's authentic. It's so authentic. I mean, that's what, I'm reading these reviews, and I've listened to Iron Widow, and I don't think I haven't gotten through all of it yet because it's a lot, but it is, the story is riveting, and it is riveting. And your choices, I'm like, this is just her? So wow, it is something to listen to. Like I said, I will have the link in the description of the show. So
yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was,
I'm sure. Yep. Hold on for a minute. Go ahead, Fran. You got anything? Any questions? I just gotta look for something.
I'm just sitting here taking in all this, like it's like, she's great, she's wonderful, and it's like, you are, you're doing this narration, and but something did come through my head, and there was another, and I'm not going to say the person's name that I read. This guy did this guy did an interview, and he was saying that like people are casting the pendulum is going, because at one point the pendulum they casted white people in the Asian part.
Yeah.
Okay, for like movie. Katharine Hepburn, she's dead. I can say her name. She played a Chinese person, in a movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so this other actor who I really, really like, he was saying that the pendulum has gone over to so far that he says when they have a Korean part, they will only want to see Korean actors.
Oh, this is Daniel Day Kim's interview. I saw that too. Oh, okay. I'm going to say it. I mean, the internet's talking about it.
Yeah, and it made sense what he said to me. I'm not an actor, Okay, so you know who I'm talking about. He did. Yeah. He did, because I like him.
I love him too, yeah.
Yeah, he's gorgeous.
Yeah. And then we call him Daniel Bay Kim. So, what do you think about that? That the pendulum has swung so far over to the other side now that if it's a Chinese part, they want Chinese. They only will want to talk to Chinese actors. Or if it's Korean part, only Korean. What do you think about that interview?
I agreed with a lot of what he said. Okay. I think there is. The thing is, I think it is a case-by-case situation, right? Like, I think the way I kind of look at it is, if a white actor can play American, can play Irish, can play South African, can play British, can play, all of these other different types of nationalities, then I feel like as an Asian actor, how come I can only play Chinese characters?
Okay.
I think if I can also pass as Japanese or Korean, I think that should be available. Or, I think where it matters to cast specific to the ethnicity of a character is if that's a big part of the storytelling. Like what he said, if there's a language requirement, if it's a story about a Japanese woman who speaks Japanese, lives in Japan, or doesn't even have to live in Japan, but the story's about her being a Japanese woman speaking Japanese, then yes, you should not hire me. Right. I can't speak Japanese. You should try and find a Japanese actress to do that part. But if it's a character that's, say, about a young lawyer who is hustling in the big city and she's trying to find love, she just happens to be Asian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I think that license should be open to anyone.
I thought I'm not an actor, but I thought it made sense because he said the same thing you just said. If it's that, then cast that. But if it's general, cast.
Cast whoever. I mean, we're also actors. Like it's part of our job to stretch our imaginations and our humanity and. And it's, we're not casting reality TV, we're casting fiction.
Right.
Right. Like I don't actually have to be, single and looking for love. Like or whatever. Like, I don't know.
A Hallmark movie, right?
Yeah. Like we're casting, these are made up characters. Or, in the case of like, if this is a story about a real person, then yes, we should try our best to find someone with the same background or the same, perspective,
That's part of the reason why the Nina Simone movie bombed. It was miscast.
Yeah.
It was really miscast.
Yeah.
And they should have went back and rethought that.
Yeah. Because sometimes it's about like sharing that perspective. I mean, I definitely
because Nina Simone was Nina Simone. She was, y'all probably don't know, but she was dynamite.
Yeah, we know her. I'm sure we both know her very well.
She was known for the way she looked.
The way she looked,
she talked,
her voice.
Oh, yes. And the person that they cast in it, they had to blackface her and all that good stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
And
bad
now
news
I
bears.
remember. Yes. No.
Now you remember.
No. 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 I'm not even going to go there because I have
Yeah.
many, many thoughts about that. I just
Okay, I'm just,
remembered. Like, no, no,
Yeah.
leave that be.
that would be a perfect thing is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
should have. It was miscast. The movie was
Hmm.
miscast. Yeah.
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 Especially
Um.
if, you know, it
Mhm.
requires someone to authentically bring a perspective to that role,
Mm-hmm.
right? You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
if that's a requirement, then yes, like, you know, we can all do as much research as we can, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we can save ourselves a lot of trouble if we,
Right.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
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 So I wanted to ask you if I know you said writing wasn't your favorite, but I know
Mhm.
you are a writer.
Mhm.
Do you want to tell us what you got going coming up now with your writing? Don't you have something new coming out or something you're shopping? I thought I
Well,
saw
right now,
something. Hmm.
I just finished writing a pilot.
Oh, a
So
TV
yeah,
pilot?
a TV pilot.
Look at you.
Yeah. So now I'm kind of on the task of, you know, trying to get another pass at it, get some eyes on it, and get some feedback.
Okay.
But yeah, that's kind of the latest writing project that I
Okay.
completed. Yeah.
That's cool. Like our audience, if they wanted to find something that you wrote, can you let them know where to look or what it's called so they can look for it?
Oh, there's a short film I wrote called Mayflowers, and that's
Okay.
available if you're Canadian on the CBC Gem app.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's only available in Canada?
It's only available in
Okay.
Canada. I mean, you
Okay.
could use. I'm
Yep.
not giving this advice.
Nope.
You
Don't
know,
give don't
I'm
we
not
don't give
gonna.
that advice, but they know.
there are there are VPNs
Yeah, they are.
out there.
They know what to do.
They do. They do. They tell us sometimes. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. Oh my God. So why a pilot? Why TV pilots? I didn't realize that you were doing I knew about that you had something that you wrote, but are you looking to is that something you want to go into next when it come into like writing TV, maybe producing, executive producing, stuff like that?
I mean, that would be the dream. I think.
Hmm.
I mean, why TV? I wrote a lot of plays for the most part when I was
Mm.
younger, especially. But you know, truthfully, as much as I love theater, I find TV to be a medium that, I mean, ultimately, I was just like, I should write for the medium that I spent the most
True.
time
True.
participating in.
True.
And I watch a lot of TV, and I
Do you
love
really?
television. I
I love
do.
that.
I love TV so much.
Me too.
You should see her face. She's
Yeah.
just beaming just by saying I love
I
TV so
love
much.
TV. And so it's a serious idea that I've had for a while, and it was actually, and I've been kind of, you know, again procrastinating until
You
eventually
hear
I
that
was
from
like,
every writer.
yeah, until I was like, you know, that's enough procrastination. And in fact, after this interview, I should probably take another look at it
Yeah.
and keep working at it. But yeah, that would be the dream. It's a serious idea that I'm very excited about. Um, it's about, you know, it's me marrying my love for food and television. It's kind of a bit of a passion project of mine. And so, but, you know, I'm just right now, you know, focused on getting the pilot up to
Right. You
snuff.
get that pilot, you come right back here and tell us all about
So
it.
talk about it.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. Wow, we're coming to the end of the hour. And the one thing I wanted to do, I know you talked about earlier, which really struck me,
Mhm.
was that sometimes you say, do they really know who Mitchell is? I'm
Yeah.
still struck by that.
Oh.
So, but before we leave, what is it about Mitchell, your character, Lieutenant Jenna Mitchell, that you um want people to know about?
Oh. What would I want people to know about
That they may not, that you think they don't know.
that I don't think
Like,
they
do you have a
know?
backstory on her? Like some people already made their backstories.
I mean, like a made up one in my mind.
That's
That's
what I'm
not
saying.
canon.
What's your head canon on Jenna Mitchell?
um, I, I mean, I feel like, I don't know. Lately, my headcanon is maybe Jenna's a temporal agent. I don't know. because I mean, I am because I don't know. I remember there was a description of her when I first auditioned for the part. You know, it was Jenna Mitchell, someone with something was like someone. She has these kind eyes kind eyes and wisdom beyond her years. And that's always a little bit of a ... that I've always wondered, like, what is going on with Mitchell? Like, is she on another mission? Like,
right.
You know,
it is Star Trek, so
it is Star Trek. You know, she's why is she wise beyond her years? What does she know that we don't?
I like that.
Yeah,
I like it. I do want to see a Mitchell episode. Producers, Paramount, if you're listening,
please,
and we know you are. But we hope to see you on more Trek. Hopefully you'll be back for season 4. I don't know if you can tell us or not, but we are hoping that you are back for season 4 and 5. So we'll see you then. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having me.
Have a good one, everybody. Fran, see you there.
All right, then.
Bye.
You can find us at SyFy Sistas.com. That's SyFySistas.com. Hop on the mothership. That's MUTHASHIP. And become a patron today at patreon.com/SyFy Sistas. Join the conversation in the SyFy Sistas book club on Facebook and follow us on Instagram at sci-fi.sistas or under those blue skies at SyFy Sistas. For more interviews, our live show, and the legendary Top 10 series, hit up our YouTube channel, SyFy Sistas Inc. The Trek Geeks presenting sponsor is Fansets. Grab pins and memorabilia from all your favorite franchises at fansets.com. Use Trek Geeks, all caps, for 10% off. Shout out to Stranger Comics, the best in fantasy comics. Visit strangercomics.com and use code SFS for your 10% off just for listening to this podcast. After listening to this episode, please rate us and write a review. We may just read it on an upcoming episode. And I also want to give an extra shout out to the best associate producers there are: Sailor Marge, Stephanie Baker, and Karen Dramera. See you next time. Peace, love, and hair grease.